Here with Concordia head women's soccer coach Thomas Goines, who's getting hailed by Michaela Twito over there. But a conference tournament championship, a run that at times this spring may have seemed improbable, but what did it take for them to believe and get this done?
I mean, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's just belief. We've gone over and over about how many things they've had to overcome through the course of this year and even going into the spring, and just believing that you can come out against a very, very good team like Jamestown, who's riding a high and they're playing very well in a good style, to come out and grind out a result like that. It really boils down to just believing that you have the ability to do it and trying to execute where you can. So all that credit goes to the girls for being able to take this moment and be bigger than it, and not let the moment be bigger than them.
And nice to get a couple goals and have a 2-0 lead, and certainly Lindsay Carley had a lot to do with preserving that lead. How about the way she played in what's her last game here at Bulldog Stadium?
I don't think you can end a career at home any better than she did. A penalty kick save, corner kick punches, a handful of saves inside the 18. Jamestown gave us everything we could handle and more. Once we got the goal, they just amped up the pressure on us, and the girls just had to white knuckle it and fight it out. And Lindsay was the leader of that effort, and without her in net, we don't win that game. It's just as simple as that.
And hard to get the players off the field. They wanted to take pictures all night. What was that moment like when the clock hit all zeros and you realized what happened?
That was the longest. I think we scored in the 35th minute or something, like with 35 minutes left in the half, and that was the longest 35 minutes I think I've ever lived through. When I don't know if I could tell you the right word for the emotion. Once it came down, I think it's a certain amount of disbelief, and it's just absolute elation for the girls and the staff going through it. So once the horn blew and the game was over, I think just yelling and jumping up and down was about all we could do to express ourselves.
What do you think about going to nationals? I don't know if you've thought about that yet.
I haven't spent more than 2 seconds thinking about that. I tend to only look at goals as they're in front of us, as we make the playoffs, win a playoff game, do the next. The girls certainly are going to have a couple days off here to relax, celebrate, and let this all sink in. And then we've got to go back to work and see who we're given to compete against in the nationals. And that sentence alone is a fantastic thing to say. And then we've got to get our mind wrapped around not just being there to play in it, but also trying to be there to compete and win a match there too.